I'm Anahid of ANAHID'S Mediterranean Kitchen. I've been cooking since I was 9 years old, and I love to cook and I love to share. So here we are going to share a lot of these dishes, some of which are hundreds of years old, but all of them are delicious, nutritious, inexpensive, and easy to make. So please join me on this adventure. Thank you. Hello everyone, thanks again for being here to ANAHID'S Mediterranean Kitchen. Today we're going to go to Spain. And I just found this recipe a few weeks ago, and I waited until I went to my brother's house and where he was growing these amazing tomatoes, and I made them there. Then I made them for some friends here who were visiting from England, and we all gobbled it up. It's delicious. And it's called Huevos a la Flamenca. And Huevos a la Flamenca means eggs a la Flamenca. You know, flamenco comes from Spain, right? So basically it's that. And I would use this as a brunch dish, or maybe you can do a lunch dish or an easy evening meal. It takes time because you have to cook each ingredient separately. But it's definitely worth it. It's one of the best dishes that I have tasted, and everybody agrees with that, and everybody wanted recipes of it. So now we have it on video. Basically, it's eggs, eggplant, garlic, onion, oven-baked red peppers, and I don't know if I said tomatoes and eggplant, yeah. So there's all of them. And you will see in the video how it's made, and it's definitely worth it, and it's definitely worth when you're having friends, inviting them over, you can do that as well. So now let's start. And I followed your advice about wanting to see things closer. So this time we're going to make them closer and see how that works out for you guys, okay? Let me know. Thank you very much. Here we go. Hi, this is the first try of me having this a close-up, since so many of you wanted this. Okay, so this is a big eggplant. And we're going to cut it into small pieces. Doesn't take very long. And then we're going to fry them. Well, not with a lot of oil, but, you know, fry them for about 10 minutes. And then while that's happening, I will go ahead and prepare and chop the other things. So usually I don't do this, I have them ready, but my daughter-in-law asked that I do it so she can see how large the pieces are that I'm cutting. I do the edges first. Okay, so these are the pieces. This is what they look like. They're not very big, less than 1 inch. And now let's cut the other stuff. By the way, this is the best knife I have ever had in my life. My daughter-in-law was using it, and then I liked it, and then I bought her another one. And then when I started this project, I thought, well, why don't you splash and give myself another one, right? There we go. We always buy better presents for others than we buy for ourselves. So this... All right, last chopping bit. Be careful not to chop your fingers with it. All right, now we're ready. What we're going to do, we're going to cook this first. Just 1 second, and I have to bring, I also bought this new, let's put this here so it's hot, and then we're going to put the Add olive oil to it. Just enough so that it will cook. And then let's wait until it's hot enough. We can put the eggplants in there. Okay, now I think the olive oil is heated. Not so much, but it will do in a minute. Okay, it's starting to sizzle now. Okay, while this is sizzling, the next batch that is going to go on will be chopped onions. And again, this is a new thing that I bought specifically for chopping things, which I love. So let's throw in some of the onion. You can cut it in big pieces. You don't need to cut them into small pieces because it's going to chop. Let's hope this works. Okay. There you are. Instead of your eyes getting watery, your nose running, taking forever. How long did it take? 1 second? All right. This is done, so we're going to wait until the eggplants or aubergine, whatever you call it, cooks. Meanwhile, we chop the garlic, 2 cloves of garlic. The onion was 1 large onion. And I have a friend standing here whom you're not seeing, and she's watching every move I make just to make sure that I don't cut my fingers. And I'm going to get her into cooking. She doesn't cook a lot, but I think we're going to start her on this cooking journey, and she will never stop, and she's going to send me new recipes that she finds that she likes. Okay, we have the garlic ready, we have the onion ready. In the recipe it says if you want to, you can put some chorizo or other sausages if you like, but I don't want to mix it with meat. So this is another vegetarian dish. Okay, the eggplant has cooked, so we're going to put it in a container and save it for the next 10-15 minutes. So you can see how much it got reduced. So 10-minute cooking. And by the way, on the videos on YouTube, if you click on show more, you're going to find the ingredients and the amounts of the ingredients. Okay, now we're going to add a little bit more olive oil for the onions. Right, so where are my onions? There are some here. I tried my chopper earlier on just to make sure that I don't embarrass myself in the front of everybody and not knowing how to use it. So you have to be really careful. These are very sharp. Okay. And I usually like to put the spices while I'm cooking and not later on. Okay, so let's extend this. So I'm going to add some salt into this one. I should have added some salt for the... Okay. So while we're waiting for this to cook, I'm going to chop the tomatoes. The tomatoes in this case are should be 800 grams, which is a little less than 2 pounds. So those 5 made it. So let's cut these. And again, they're going to be small pieces. Let's put this aside. You know, it's quite a challenge to bring everything out of the kitchen and cutting them, making sure that you don't forget anything. Okay, by the time we cut these tomatoes, the onion will be ready. I'm not the fastest chopper in the world, so bear with me. That's why in my previous videos I would have everything prepared. One or 2 minutes. And while we're chopping the tomatoes, we need to add 2 garlics that are chopped, which we did before. And we need to put some black pepper. And we're going to put some cumin seeds. 1 teaspoon, I think this is not totally 1 teaspoonful. And while this cooking, we'll continue chopping the tomatoes, and this is about 1 or 2 minutes. Now the tomatoes are chopped and the onion garlic mixture is done. So we're going to put this here. Because we're going to add them a little later on. Okay, the tomatoes are cooked. What we're going to do, we're going to add the cooked eggplants to it. Then mix it all together. This is the yummiest brunch you can make. Or for lunch, it's good too. But I think for breakfast, it will be great. Okay, then we're going to put this in this dish. We're going to drop the eggs. Okay, I think I have to do it this way so you get to see what's going on in here. So you don't see even a second, you miss a second of the action. All right, so we're going to spread this. This is for 4 people, supposed to be for 4 people. So we're going to add 4 eggs. But I've had this with my family and we added 8 eggs to the same amount. but I think we need to increase the sauce when you're making at 8 eggs, because I think people would want 2 eggs. So we're going to make space, little holes for eggs. So there's one little hole, another one here, another one here, and another one here. And I crack the eggs one at a time. Of course, we all do that. But I also, to smell it, because I don't want it to be bad. After all this trouble, egg number 1, egg number 2, egg number 3, and egg number 4. And then we're going to put this in the oven for another 10 minutes, just enough, because everything else is cooked except the eggs. So just to cook the eggs, we have to put it in the oven for 10 minutes. But for those people who don't have an oven, what you can do, you can make the whole thing and then maybe poach the eggs, or have them like sunny side up or something in a pan, and then you can put them on the plate or serve them separately. Okay, so this one is going to the oven and for about 10 minutes, and we'll be back. Well, here is the finished product. What do you think? And it is as delicious as it looks. And thank you for listening, and see you next week. Meanwhile, stay well and healthy. Thank you.